Number one, do you really, really want to see this lake? But in like a pissed off way, not in a fun way. Number two, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. It's like we can't feel our hands, we can't really feel our feet. It was kind of, like I look back on it now, I think it was kind of stupid to try and do that in that weather. But, you know, what else were we going to do? Turn back? No. Too stubborn for that. The first day of hiking was good.
From 10 o'clock in the morning till 6:30, something like that. Covered distance of 14 kilometers.
And then got to these hot springs and chills, well, didn't chill, we were really warm in there for about an hour.
I have a tent in the decline position, so my head is lower than my legs. We had the dinner and going to sleep now.
I found this awesome, beautiful place to sleep. The sunset was just incredible.
Today was a hiking day. Tomorrow is going to be a hiking day too.
Last night was a little bit cold, but it was okay.
In the sleeping bag, just like this, nose out, and you wake up and like your nose is so cold.
But I think we both slept alright and woke up this morning.
Amazing valley on the edge of the river with the really snowy peaks that we could be able to see last night and this morning.
And then we had some porridge breakfast, porridge and raisins.
So now it's like 8:30, we're starting the hike, everything is packed.
Now we're ready to go and start our day that will be really fun and really enjoyable in every way, I think.
So the rain came, and with the rain came our new friends. So this is our new edition tent. It's called Regis T-Vac 3000 and we are hiding from the rain. Actually it's not the rain, it's like a snowball effect in the mountains. Basically it's snowballing.
Hailstoning, I guess is the technical term. So, we summited the pass, which is 3,800 meters. I felt like I was gonna die. Like, I'm not joking, I felt like I was gonna die at one point, but Reggie saved me.
Aww, lovely Reggie.
But it is true.
I mean,
it's been like it's snowed on us twice on the way here, and then it kept stopping, which was great.
this last bit.
And then this last section, it's only like 650 meters that we needed to go to get to the top, but it was an elevation of how much?
I don't know, it was really steep.
Anyway, it's a really, really steep elevator. Literally, like, you take one step forward and then you slide back. And then you take one step forward, you slide back. At 3,800 meters. So that was exhausting. And then we summited. And then we pretty much came down straight away because it's, as you can see, we can't see anything. But it's going to be pretty when we can see something.
Let's call it talks next to the coffee. Morning talks.
Yesterday was the most physically challenging day of my life, and I would say it was pretty high up there on the like emotionally, mentally challenging.
I think what we did, it was stupid, irresponsible and not safe at all.
We started hiking at 9 a.m.
Then we had to walk 6 kilometers till the top, past the top, and then another 2.5 kilometers till the camping spot.
Got to the point where there was no more trees, and I had to cross a river without shoes, and that was really cold.
Crossing river was fine, but I dropped my shoe in and it's causing me cold feet.
You know that nice snow where you're like, snow, and then the snow where it kind of starts whipping you in the face a little bit. It got to that point.
Literally snowing like pieces, like I don't know, like imagine like little finger nail size pieces, and it was like everywhere, and like it was hitting like properly.
And we carry on going and going and going, and then the hail came, like snow but solid, and we had to hide in the tent, and we were wet and cold. And then that went away, and then it happened again. So we hid again.
Second time we just hidden underneath the dirt mat.
And you're walking towards this, like, the end of a valley, and all you can see is like walls. There's nowhere that looks like a path.
All over the place. It was making steps slippery, our feet were wet because we had to cross like a piece of snow, like I don't know, maybe 50-60 meters of snow we just needed to go through.
And then the very final part before you ascend, like your ascent up to the, it's called a pass, but I would maybe even call it a peak. It's not like a...
We wearing what? We wearing sneakers. Yay, because we said we're gonna go light. So not to do this thing again.
But there, if you take one small step, you drop down 2 small steps. So you needed to take like a big step, and then you still drop down. Then a big step, drop down. Because it's like loose rocks, like really tiny, like loose little pebbles.
Last 2 meters maybe, it was like when Maddie was like, I cannot move, and I was like, shit, she's really afraid. And like, it was kind of steep, but you can still hold through the rocks and like go through. But when you're having sticks and like holding to the rocks, it kind of makes everything complicated. And when you look down, you just think like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
I kind of had a panic attack when we got to the top, and then realised that was really dumb to do because we were at such a high altitude. So I was like, right, you can cry about this later. Right now we need to be sensible.
Then we reached the top, then we had a really nice emotional dramatic hug, and then we kept on going down.
But because it was snowing, we don't have any photo video from the top because you couldn't see anything.
We still had to go a couple more kilometers to find this amazing spot. Then it was getting dark, then we had some dinner, and then we slept. Actually, the night wasn't as cold as I expected it to be. I was sleeping even without socks inside of sleeping bag.
We stayed in a beautiful camping spot, like watching the sunrise over the mountains.
Maddie woke up at 3:15 and went to puke straight away. And I was like, are you okay? I just and through the tent, like almost with all the tent like rolling. And yeah, then she felt better, then she fell back to sleep. And we woke up at, I think we woke up, first time we woke up at 6, then we woke up at 7, and like fully we woke up at 9 because it was warm and nice. And like, look, even now, bare feet, and like you can see the snow like around, like right here there's the snow. So yeah, hikers already hiking and we not. We're just enjoying this beautiful scenery. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my coffee. See you next time when we gonna go to ride the horses, I think.